Welcome to my channel where I like to talk about healthy, happy, holistic living, mind, body, and soul. We are 100% going into my writing life today because I am working on the third draft of my Christmas script, working title The Dazzlewood on St. Cloud. So at the end, I'll link the other two videos where I work on this script. In the first video, I am finishing draft 1. In the second video, I believe I'm finishing draft 2. And really what draft 2 was about was once draft 1 was like completely on the page, like it went from outline form to page form, it was so long. It was 140 pages. So I worked with my writing coach, who was fantastic, and, or no, actually, I turned that in and my writing coach was like, girl, let's try to cut that page count down some since you were writing all the way up to deadline, which I was. I like wrote all the way up to it was time to turn it in. So the second draft was about getting that like mammoth of a draft, mammoth of a script cut down. And then I was able to meet with her. She gave me excellent notes, as a matter of fact. This is what that script looked like when I went through all of her notes. So we met on Zoom, and then I went back, re-listened to the recording, and put all of these notes in. And then the front. You can see the front maybe where I also write a ton of notes. As a matter of fact, I'm glad I grabbed that because I need that for this. So that's in the second video. You'll actually see, oh wait, you know what? In the first video, you see me finish like in the middle of the first draft. In the second video, you see me working really, really hard to make that first deadline. In this video, you are going to see, we're gonna go back in time a little, and you're gonna see me finishing, going through her notes. You're gonna see my Zoom call with her, bits of my Zoom call, and then going and writing that next draft. It is now 130 pages, much too long. Really for a Christmas script, 90 pages, like 110 is long. But I do think that this works at 115. But she and I have one more meeting and I need to get it down to at least 120. And then she can give me some different ideas and suggestions onto curving it down. It was pretty hard because, you know, she went through it and she's right, but she had like, you know, entire, kill your darlings. She had entire storylines that needed to be cut. But she was right. So I've cut those down to this draft, this third draft, which is 130 pages. And we're gonna go through it. I haven't read it yet. So we're gonna read it together, and this week will be spent getting this down, you know, editing this down to where it needs to be. And so now after this introduction, we'll go back in time and I'll show you the process of getting to this point, and then we'll pick up here. fabulous. You've caught back up. So now I am about to grab my jasmine tea and cuddle in and get into editing draft 3 of my Christmas script. Starts with a read. I have finished about 54 pages of editing and it went really well. It's been about 2 weeks since I finished the last draft, and although I meant to get back to editing sooner, like I really only wanted to let about 5 days go by, I'm so glad I gave it more time, because editing now has been easy, like cutting down the things that are kind of more fluff but not contributing to the strength of a good story. There is a character that my writing coach suggested that I cut out, kind of like a maybe we could say D storyline, that I really felt contributed to, like, maybe not the meat and potatoes of the story, but certainly the sauce, you know? But in going through it now, I've gone ahead and cut it, and I think that she was right. Like, I don't think that it was needed. I do think that it pulls away and kind of gives it unnecessary length. So, yeah, about 54 pages done. I'm going to give it a break for now. I want to do some working out. I might pick this back up tonight, but I probably won't get back with you until tomorrow. So, yeah, I'll see you then. Hello. It is Sunday, and it's finally really cold in Austin. It has been the dreariest of days, which I love. I've been waiting for it. I love the cold, dreary weather. I loved that when I lived in London. Let me show you. Yeah, maybe not. I might not have been able to get it great, but anyway, I have spent the better part of the morning on the phone with Final Draft Tech Support on their customer service chat, doing everything, because yesterday, after I finished reading my script and putting the edits in, let me sit down. All right. I was getting a tad tired of holding you, but now I have you balanced on some books, so we're good. So I have spent all morning with with Final Draft Pro's customer service team, because I updated my Mac, and went in to edit my script, and it was like chaos. It was chaos. It was like, I'll see if I can put in the video that I sent to Final Draft tech support, but it was crazy. So I tried to figure it out on my Mac, couldn't, closed it, opened it, shut everything down, reopened it, didn't work. So I have a second computer. I have my mom's computer here, so I was trying to upload it on my mom's computer, upload Final Draft, couldn't get the customer care number right. Got on the phone with the guy. He was very, very helpful, but we weren't able to figure it out either. So it turns out all I needed to do was update Final Draft. After doing the update of my system, update Final Draft. So after 2 days and about 3 or 4 hours this morning, I have finally got that done. And now, I mean, it has really just been like the past 2 weeks. I was like, is there Mercury retrograde? Because the past 2 weeks have been crazy when it comes to my tech. Like about a week ago, my external drive just stopped working. It just completely stopped working. So now it's with a company, Mac something, and they're trying to see what they can retrieve from it. So all good. The most important things are backed up, and you know, it'll work out. Either way, it'll work out. So anyways, we are on our way to Houndstooth Coffee, where I am going to make all of the hand edits that I made in my script reading it. I'm about to get those into the Final Draft script, and yeah, just get cozy, have some tea, some jasmine or some matcha, and just enjoy being out with people. I have told myself that I'm working outside of the house at least 1 day a week. So I'm ready to connect back to humanity now. I have not been. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're going to get these in, and so this will be the beginning of draft 4.
So, is jarring in this film?
Yes, because it plays during a scene.
light is blinking. So we'll see how long we have. But I just got back from a writing session at Houndstooth Coffee, and wow, it was packed in there. It was packed in there. It's finally nice and chilly here in Austin, and it's been raining for the past 3 days. And so I thought that maybe sometimes when that happens, the coffee shops are packed. Sometimes when that happens, the coffee shops are empty, especially in the Domain, which is like, you know, an outdoor walking mall. But I guess on a Sunday it was packed. So yeah, at first it was kind of slow going because I had this really uncomfortable seat at the bar. Then I was able to move to a back corner and kind of set up a little space for myself, but didn't get as much. So yeah, the battery did go out. But yeah, didn't get as much done as I thought, but I still got a pretty much, like a good amount done. It feels so good, like once you have a nice draft and you start editing it down. Man, to see that page count going down and those paragraphs going down, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, yes, yes. It's so funny because it's like in the first draft, you don't want to cut anything. And then by the third draft, it's like, what can I cut? What can I cut? What can I cut? You know? But, yeah, I am going to order. A good friend of mine got me an Uber Eats gift card, and so I'm going to treat myself. I needed to go to the grocery store, but it was just too cold. I couldn't do it. So I am going to order something in, and then I have some Effie work to do, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. But I am not going to show any of that. I will connect with you again tomorrow when we finish up these edits. That's the goal. The goal is to finish up these edits tomorrow.
In my new book, Food Babe Kitchen, you know?
Freezing in Austin today, but I'm glad I'm up early. Well, not incredibly early, but 9:47. I'm gonna go back to Houndstooth and get my writing on. So today I really hope to finish up these edits. Yeah. Yes, today's the day that we finish these edits. So I'm gonna head on over. I'm thinking because it is freezing and because it is raining, it will not be that packed, but we will see. absolutely freezing here in Austin. But that is okay because it's no longer raining, which means that I can get some of my steps in, get my walking in, because I have not been braving the rain. Instead, I've been nice and cuddly inside here and at the coffee shop. It's so interesting because I've been changing my TV watching habits, which is really working out. But instead of watching TV in the morning while I eat breakfast, I've been listening to podcasts. And I've been listening to a lot of podcasts with Vanny Hari, who's the food babe. She's a food activist, and it is so fascinating the work that she's done regarding getting straight up poisonous chemicals out of our foods. Like, and I'm somebody who is already like very, very health conscious. And I heard of Vanny years ago, over a decade ago, probably maybe, well, I guess about a decade ago. She started her blog in 2011. But although I'm like serious about what I eat, healing my hormones, the bean protocol, I've gotten lax on some things like natural flavor and stuff in food. If that food item is organic, man, she has put me back on it. Like, I'm back on track after listening to these podcasts with her in them. But just in listening to her talk, so she started Food Babe when she had like a very hardcore corporate job. And she said that one of the things that she did was she gave up TV for Lent, and how it completely changed her life. And I'm really reflecting on that because I have been thinking that I watch way too much television. And so I'm doing this thing right now where I'm cutting down my television. I'm saying only 2 hours of TV time a day, which might seem like a lot to a lot of people. But since I work from home, you know, I can spend an hour watching TV at lunch while I'm eating, and an hour watching TV at dinner, you know, so that's not too much television from my point of view. But I could see somebody else feeling, if you're getting home from work and you're like, 2 hours of TV, oh my gosh, that's half of my evening. It doesn't really work like that for me, but let me tell you, I wasn't doing 2 hours of TV, so I would have the TV on pretty much all day long. And even just taking out or changing this for this week, what I've noticed is I'm getting so much more done, particularly getting up and out of the house to write. And another thing that I wanted to add was writing out of the house at least, or writing, working in general, freelance writing, whatever, working on Epi, at least one day a week. That has been so easy without my attention just being snagged by TV. Because, you know, I love a great show. I love a great content creator on YouTube. But what I'm noticing is a lot of my time has been snagged by kind of mediocre stuff. Like stuff that I'm not too into, but it's on, or I start watching it, so I'm kind of like, well, I might as well see what happens next. I'm really liking how productive it's making me just in these first couple of days, so I'm going to monitor that and see how it goes. And I'd love to know what, if you work from home, or even if you don't, if you're a writer, if you're a creator, how does television affect you? Vonnie said that it completely changed everything, giving up TV. And in listening to her, I don't know if she ever went back to it, or if she went back to, like I said, that high quality stuff that she really likes, but leaving the rest behind. And she was being interviewed by somebody who also talked about how he gave up TV and how it completely changed his life, and he realized that he was being kind of programmed by the stuff that he watched. And I've noticed that myself too, like kind of getting stuck on a subject and getting stuck on people talking about their opinions on that subject, and how that affected me thinking about my opinions on the subject. But most importantly, I want to be a creator, not a consumer. And I'm starting to notice that a lot of my favorite content creators, a lot of my favorite writers or producers, actors, writers, producers, they spend a lot of time creating. I know they do. I can tell by their output. I can tell by how prolific they are that they're spending the majority of their time creating. If you're spending the majority of your time consuming, you're just not able to be prolific like that. And so it's something that I'm really wanting to change in my life, like consuming that high quality content creators that like I feel great after I watch them for whatever reason, whether I feel like truly entertained or truly fed, or they have a really interesting way of looking at things, not just because I'm pulled in because I have nothing else to do and now I'm used to it, or my mind is literally addicted to hearing them or addicted to hearing something. So I really would love to know anybody else's like experience or opinion with that. But getting back to writing, I've been talking for so long. Getting back to writing, it is the final writing day for this blog. So I'm really gonna try to finish up my script, finish up the edits of my script so that it's ready for a read and a round 2 of edits. I turn it in on Thursday. Gosh, today's, so I have 2 more days until I turn it in. All right, see you at the coffee shop. About to get into this last hour of writing, which I think will be enough to finish up at least as part of this 3rd draft. And I threw on my SAG-AFTRA Strong t-shirt because SAG, as you know, or you probably know, is on strike. We interrupt this programming to announce that SAG-AFTRA and the AMPTP officially came to an agreement November 9th, 12:01 a.m. The strike's over. Yay! Great job, negotiating committee. Back to writing, though. Time to get back into it. So, yeah, I'm going to jump over there, and I'm making my peppermint tea, and let's get to writing. right, I just got off of the phone, or not the phone, but our call, our Zoom call with my writing coach, and I feel so good. I'm sorry for I'm holding my phone, so I'm sorry if it's a little bit shaky, but I feel so good. I've been working so hard on this script, and she really was happy with it. And, just talking about it and talking about the journey and where I started from, I feel great about it. I feel so good about it. I feel great about its potential. She feels great about its potential. We still have a little bit of work to do, although that was my last meeting with her for this script. Right now it's sitting at 122 pages, so that's too long. So we worked together to see what we could cut to get it to at least under 120. So that's my next job, and I'll probably work on that next week. And, I may vlog it, but it won't be a designated writing blog like this one was. This has been over a period of over a month. That might take one full day or 2 days. So I won't, completely, it'll be in addition to something else. But I feel great. I feel so happy. And I'm excited for the next steps for Dazzlewood. So we'll see. So I'm going to leave this vlog here with my messy desk in the background. So I will see you next time.